Okay, hi, welcome everybody. This is our first call as an elite team. I'm so
Yay!
excited. Oh my gosh. So we are elite. Congratulations. It was totally a group effort. We could not have done it without everybody, and especially y'all on this call. Y'all were all a big part of it. So I so appreciate it. I think we have an exciting year ahead, and I have just learned so much through this process, and I am just eager to share it with anybody who wants to learn and grow and do things. So there are a couple of quick announcements that I wanted to make. First of all, this will be coming out in things, but I just saw it today on the roundtable. Which, by the way, for those of y'all who are new or watching this recording, I know there are a couple people who couldn't make the call tonight and wanted me to record. So the roundtable is the private Facebook page that you get put in when you hit 5-star. And it's really cool because you have access to not only all the corporate people, but it's like the first place announcements are made. It's the first place that like people go to ask questions, but it's a small group. I don't know. I feel like it's just several hundred people. Like I feel like it's even smaller than Together Rising. Together Rising now is like over 1,000 people in there. Which of course we know not all those people are active, but the roundtable is just such an amazing resource. And so anyway, I just saw an announcement. I don't know if y'all saw Autumn when she was on the Today Show, but Shaun T is going to be on the Today Show doing exactly what Autumn did. They're going to pick 3 people to go through Transform 20, like on the show with Shaun T. And so I think he's going to be on there like 3 or 4 times. And it starts next week. I don't have a calendar in front of me. It's the 28th. So 2 weeks or so. And this should boost things. So what will happen is if one of your customers, first of all, when they talk about it on the Today Show, they're going to include like links for people to go check it out. And it's going to send them to Beachbody on Demand or Team Beachbody on Demand, whatever. If it's any of your existing customers, the link will work so that they are attached to you and you will get credit for anything. But just know that's out there and it's coming, and that will hopefully boost things. I personally didn't see a boost when they did 80-Day Obsession, but that was like, I want to say 6 months or so after the launch. Like this is just a couple weeks after the launch. So all these people that you have been inviting or talking to, they're now going to start seeing it on the Today Show. And I don't know about y'all, but it used to be that anything that was on the Today Show, I'd be like, I want to try that. I want to do that. So I'm hoping that this will just be a nice little boost with him going on. And if anything, it's just stuff to talk about, something to watch, stuff to tell your challengers about. There was another announcement. Team Cup. Team Cup is coming up in February. There can be up to 5 people on a team. You can do teams of less than 5. I am forming a team. I might have all my 5. I've not heard back from everybody. I'm not positive. But it's great. There will be tons of teams forming in Together Rising and maybe even in our page. If you want it, Jamie, I know you said you want to hop on a team. I'll touch base with you after this call. And then if anybody else wants to and you're not on a team, just hop into Together Rising and people will start asking like, I need a team or I need one person or something like that. Team Cup is fun. They're going to be fun prizes. They're always just, incentives. And most people, they're like all kinds of statistics about people who participate in Team Cup and like how you earn more money and how you rank advance and all this kind of stuff. But there'll be more coming in the coming weeks. It starts February 1st. What else? I think that those are the only real announcements. The things that I wanted to talk tonight about are this new tracker, this, and then just, like how to navigate and do things. First of all, I'm going to give a little pep talk, tough love speech. So I'm warning y'all, here it comes. Which I did a little bit of this in the app yesterday. So if you're in the app, you kind of already heard some of this. But I just want y'all to know that like every day I wake up and I've got to work on this shit. Every day I wake up and I mean, I don't wake up and want to invite. I don't wake up and want to work out. I don't wake up and want to do all these things. I wake up and I have to work at it and I have to remind myself why I do it. I have to put one foot in front of the other. Some days are better than others. Some days I get it done and some days I don't. But the things that have kept me successful and in this, I'm going to say there are two things. I'm going to break it down to two things of what has kept me in it this long and kept me going. The number one thing is just that I'm still doing my journey. Like, there are times when I'm not perfect. December really sucked. I did not follow a program. I skipped some workouts. I was doing more yoga than not. I was, going to the chiropractor and she was really stirring so much stuff up in my back and neck that, she was like, take it easy. You shouldn't be doing push-ups. You shouldn't be doing that. And I just kind of like got paralyzed and I did not want to exercise because I was like, I just don't know what to do. And she really was kinking me all up. But I can look back over the past 3.5 years, my most successful months, my most successful times have been when I am following a program, when I am all in, even if I'm not perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Like my message, I've recorded a lot of videos this week. So my message today was about consistency and about how, you don't have to be perfect. It's just showing up and it's just doing all the little things and just continuing to do it even when you don't want to do it. So I just want y'all to know that I don't want to invite people. I don't want to do these things, but I do it because I know if I don't, I'm on the sofa. And I mean, I've said this so much lately, but I'm truly on the sofa eating ice cream, watching Days of Our Lives. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like I tell people all the time, I don't know where I'd be without coaching, but I really do know where I'd be. I'd be on the sofa. I would be on the sofa eating ice cream, watching Days of Our Lives every day and like taking a nap after. And that is totally what I used to do. And I know that is what I would be doing now. So you gotta just keep doing the things for yourself. And that's why this business activity tracker, I know sometimes these things at first glance seem scary because it's like, oh my gosh, it's too much. I can't do it. But the number one thing on here is work out and drink Shakeology. And then the last thing on here is do personal development. And then the third thing in here, so I'm skipping the big one. The big one is this. We'll talk about that in a second. But then the other thing is get people results, which that just means participating in the challenge group, adding value to the challenge group. That doesn't even mean your own people. That just means you start to contribute to the community. And I truly believe when you do that, it just puts it out to the universe that you're doing these things. And then it brings it, closer to you. And then the big thing is connecting and inviting and following up. But again, I mean, they just break it down so that you can do these chunks, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 25 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. And some of these things, they've just used these times. You don't have to some days it might be you invite for 5 minutes. Some days it might be you follow up with people for 30 minutes and that's all you do. But I'm going to use this. I have, y'all know I've bought a business and I'm trying to juggle a lot of balls right now. So I'm going to get this laminated and I'm just going to use this every week and check things off as I go. That's why I've not filled this one in because this is the one I'm taking to get laminated.
Cece, where do we get that?
It's in the file section.
Okay.
Soulshine Tribe. It is called, Jen Towner.
Jen added it, right?
What's that?
Jen put it in there too.
Yeah, Jen Towner put it in there. So just look in the file section. It's like maybe the third or fourth down at this point.
Okay.
And just this is the thing that we just had the group for where they really put a lot of time and effort into it. Trying to figure out how part-time coaches, it was specifically made and tested for part-time coaches, to figure out what are the things that you need to be doing? How are successful part-time coaches doing it? And this is what they drove it down to. And it's the new 4 vitals. It used to be, now the 4 vitals are proof of the products, connect, invite, get people results. It used to be recognition. Now it's get people results and then personal development. And it might be, again, this is a journey, guys. There are some days I got to spend all my time in personal development because that is where my head is, and there are some days I'm like, I'm good. I can invite a lot more. It's just balance. You got to keep doing. I lost my train of thought. I'm going to say, the other thing I said, there are two things. So I've, even though I haven't been perfect with my journey, I've never stopped it. I've always just tried my hardest to keep going. The number two thing that I've done, and this probably is key more than being consistent with workouts, is that I've got success partners and I've got success pods that if I ever quit, they would drive to my house and be like, no, you're not. No, you are not. And it's not Moira. I think it's really important that it can't be somebody, it can't be your coach. And I don't think it should be anybody in your upline. I think it's someone like a sister. I think it's someone that you reach out to. And like Jamie and Leslie, I know y'all know each other. I almost think it needs to be someone like even outside of that because I'm telling you, I didn't know Danielle or Jen or Maggie or Jolie before any of this. And so we have grown tight because of it. And I'm telling you, they will not let me quit. They will not let me quit. They give me tough love when I need it. They give me support when I need it. They give me advice when I need it. But honestly, the biggest thing they do is they're just not going to let me quit. And whether that means they remind me to like do the things I don't want to do, or they listen when I've had a bad day, or they, whatever it is. But we have this pod, and it's like, again, we're not going to let each other quit. And we're not going to let each other quit. Like they know what my goals are. And anytime I'm like, oh, they're like, Cece, you remember how you said XYZ? You really have to have that pod. So I just encourage y'all, if you haven't found people that you connect with, to keep trying. I'm always happy to help, to pair you up with people. But I'm telling you, that is the biggest key to my success. I would have given up so long ago, but it's that connection, and that's the community, and they're just not going to let me give up, So I encourage y'all to find at least a success partner, if not a success team, because for me, it takes a village. I need more than one partner. I used to start off in the beginning with just a partner, and that was great. But now, it really takes a village. So I don't want y'all to think that I am like just so self-motivated that I do these things all day willingly and easily. Again, I work on it every day. I have the success pod that we are in and out of it all day long. Sometimes it's complaining. Sometimes we're laughing at these wacky porn messages we're getting on Instagram. I don't know, but they're there, and it's such a huge part of it now that that's key for my success too. Jen, can you talk? Jen Towner? Yeah. Okay. I didn't want to I know you don't care about being put on the spot, but I would love for you to talk about the Diamond Retreat and just talk for a couple of minutes about it. Really quickly, the Diamond team had a call with this guy named Keith Callahan today.
It was fantastic.
He's fantastic. He wrote a book. I'll post his book in our team page if you want to check it out. But he's written a book specifically on network marketing. He's been with me 9 years, I think he said. And y'all, this is crazy. The highest, he is one of the top earners, but the highest Success Club points that he's ever gotten, SC14. SC14.
That's as high as I've ever gotten.
But he knows how to build, he's just really good at building businesses and developing leaders. And so he talked about so much today, and some of it's kind of above the majority's head, but it's kind of above my head. But I will tell you he said that there are 3 positions or 3 rank advancements that you want to force, which I loved his language. I was like, okay, I get it now. I forced all of those and I get it. And now I'm glad I did. And it just worked. Diamond is the first one. get to diamond because that's when you're at the top of the team cycle bonus. Second is 2-star. 2-star is when you open up your second CBC. And none of these, I found it really interesting that he wasn't about bonuses. 2-star bonus, 5-star bonus, I mean, they're nice, but he really was like, I feel like coaches get hung up on bonuses, and there's so many better and other ways to make money, so 2-star because you open up your second CBC. And if you don't really even need to know and understand what that means, but it basically means you clone yourself. And wherever your business, wherever your structure is lacking, you put another one of you there. And that's where you run all your new customers through. So like I still have my original CBC. I've got my second CBC now that I run all my new customers through, and I double dip. So I double dip because I have volume in that second CBC that goes up to my first CBC. So I make team cycle bonuses on that first CBC on that second CBC. That second CBC is diamond. So I'm at the top level. It's $18 per cycle. It goes up into my first CBC, which is also, diamond, but I'm double dipping, guys. Like that's per cycle. That's $36, and it trickles up. So that's huge. And then the third rank is 5-star. And he was like, he didn't care about 10, 15 star. He was kind of like, but I don't think any of you are really recognition or rank driven. It's more like income and what you can do for your family and what income you can replace and things like that. So he talked a lot about that. And so since he mentioned diamond and 2-star and 5-star, I just wanted Jen to just talk for a minute about the diamond retreat, because I know how nervous most of those ladies were coming to the diamond retreat this year. And by far we had the biggest. We had 51 people come, which was insane. The first year we had 10. I think last year there were 24. This year there were 51. And so Jen, you want to share about that for a sec?
Not really. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was fun. I got a cold when I got back, but we did a lot of training on vision. I didn't bring my Rise Up journal thing with me, but we worked on, what did we do? Photo shoot, which was kind of crazy, me and makeup and eyelashes. It's kind of fun. I felt kind of old, but it was okay.
But there were people your age there, though.
Yes, there were, the menopause. That's what we're called. Yeah, let's see. So
talk about like the different, like I know.
Interview me, Cece.
Okay. Were you? Well, see, I'm not prepared because I know what I want you to say, but I don't know how to ask you the questions.
What do you want me to say?
I just want
Y'all
you to talk
should
about
get there. No.
No,
What?
I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea to like go and spend 3 nights.
It was a lot of
estrogen.
estrogen.
You don't know. It's scary. It's intimidating. Talk about like that aspect of like going into a weekend, having to sleep in a house with people you don't know.
I'm probably not the person to ask
I know
about
you're
that,
not.
though, because I know a lot of people, I mean, I just go with the flow and I know how to hide well. And I'm not necessarily nervous.
But you were around a lot of people this weekend who were very nervous.
Yeah. And what I found myself doing is actually talking about how, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay. I'll tell you what I want to say.
But I can understand where it would be a scary thing for people to go into and have this apprehension of, oh, what are people going to think of me? Or I'm not cool enough, or comparing yourself to somebody else. Or I did have a little bit of, holy crap, I'm going to look like shit when I get there because I'm feeling large and in charge. But then I was like, I know that's not true. And so I just put on my big girl panties and, and dumped a bunch of stuff into my suitcase and went off. So.
Yeah. But what struck me this year was, of course the group was bigger. So of course there's just going to be even a larger variety of women there from different backgrounds. Some have kids, some don't, some are married, some aren't, some are young, some are old. I think the youngest one was 32 or 28? 32.
Well, Jessica is 32. There might have been somebody younger, but I don't know.
Yeah. And it was just so, I mean, there were just so many women who were really nervous, and it ended up being just an amazing weekend. So I know people are normally like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I can't fit in. That's not for me. But it was so amazing. And I have to admit, I was nervous about going. And it ended up being, it far exceeded my expectations. It's an amazing event. It's something to work towards. We had the opportunity to meet with Doug Moss for hours, which he is just brilliant and breaks down how to make income. And what you do and what you don't do. And it was just so valuable. So what I would love is, I don't know if y'all have goals set. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but if y'all want to tell me your goals, then I know how to help you. Or if you want to think about it. Yes, ma'am.
I have my goals.
I know you do. Tell me.
Okay. So 5-star by Summit, not by the end of the year, but by Summit.
Mm-hmm. Well, Keith Callahan told you to hit 2-star in 90 days today. So
2-star. Yeah, I know. But then I wrote
90 days.
I did, but I crossed that out and put 60 days.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Because, I'm on the accelerated plan.
Yeah.
I'm also going to pay off my credit card debt by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get gallery representation for my artwork.
Awesome.
So I've got business and personal goals.
Yeah. Mine are, I think I said all of mine in that video. Mine are
have more sex.
Shh. I'm not. I am on like speaker. We don't want to say that. I have not shared that with everybody in the house.
Now you have.
I want to be held accountable, but I don't want to be held accountable to the person who
you have to share your goods with.
Yes. So yes, and I mean, I do have to say, y'all, like I set 3 big goals last year, and I hit 2 of them. And it's amazing. And I will also say that, like, I had a really hard time all year long trying to figure out, like, the one goal was so easy and definable. It was like 5-star elite. You either hit it or you don't. But the other one was my relationship with Scott, and I couldn't really put into words like what I meant by that. And turns out buying this company together, like I had this major epiphany. I was like, oh, wow. So some of the things I think can be very clear and should be very clear so that you can reverse engineer and like work at it. But some of them, like, my third one this year about finding more joy. I mean, right now it's the beach, it's that other thing, and it's laughing with my kids. So anyway, so I would love to hear your goals. And if you want to talk about the Beachbody stuff, then I can help you reverse engineer it and figure out how to do it. But really what I just said about sticking to your own stuff, doing this and finding some sort of success part or success partners. Because the more, if you're like me, like I need the app, I need my success pod, like I need all the accountability in the world keeping me on track. Anyone? Jamie, are you talking? You're muted.
Okay, can I chime in really quick because I'm just curious about something?
Yeah.
So the Rise Up Journal,
yeah,
I love it. I get a little overwhelmed, and I just noticed that you and Jen had this like secret color coded thing going on, and you didn't share with me. So can you help me so I know what that is? Because I'm kind of
Yes.
trying to make sure that I'm not overwhelmed with it all.
Right. First of all, let me tell you that for 2 years, I did not use Living Your Best Year Ever because I approached it and I thought of it as something to overwhelm me. I saw it and thought of it as one more thing for me to do. I did not see it as a tool. I truly didn't think of it that way. I didn't approach it that way. So I encourage you to just think and know, all right, this is a tool. This is something to help me. It's not meant to overwhelm. I promise, like once I did that with the Living Your Best Year Ever, which this is based on, and this is what is my Living Your Best Year Ever this year, it all changed for me. Like, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy using it. So all we did, and this is totally up to you how you do it, but I put in all the months. So
Okay.
I've got, I just put in all the months. I put in a tab for vision. So what I do every morning, I go to my vision tab, I read my vision. Then I flip to the back and I've got an affirmations tab, and I flip to the back and I read my affirmations.
Perfect.
And then that's what I do first thing in the morning, like in my Miracle Morning stuff. I've also marked, the only other thing I marked, so I marked all the months, I marked vision, I marked the notes section, but that's kind of easy to flip to. And I've been actually taking notes there. And then I have my book of proof that I have been trying to do. I've got to admit, book of proof is something I struggle with. And I've had Moira explain it to me like 10 times.
What's that?
The book of proof?
Yeah.
Okay. So the book of proof is, and I'm pretty sure it's explained in here.
Yeah.
I have that, but I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first step, you got to open it.
And just so you know, even for me, it's not on a daily basis, I'm not overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I start looking at it as, what are my whole goals for the year?
Right.
Then I start going, I can't think 30 days ahead, let alone
Right.
a year. But I get you now, just marking it down easy.
Yeah. Have you used the Living Your Best Year Ever content? That's what I would recommend you doing. I would recommend, we have the audio. I know it's in Let Your Soul Shine accountability page, the audio and the PDF. It's probably, I want to say like 60 pages of a PDF. You could just read that and then listen to the audio. But I wouldn't be able, to be honest, I wouldn't be able to pick this up and know what my 3 goals are. You got to kind of work through it and process that. And it's not too late to do it. Like it's January and it makes sense.
Yeah, I'll do them both.
Beginning of the year. But I would encourage you to listen to the audio and read that. And then you come up with your 3 goals before, or however many goals, whatever, before you start using this.
Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have 3 goals, but I'm really only focusing on the business one at the moment. And then, because 3 seemed like too many. And so I was like, business, and then I'll add in the other one. So,
and I focus on all 3 goals for me personally.
Yeah.
Because when you do the Living Your Best Year Ever thing, there's like a wheel, and it's all about trying to keep your wheel balanced and making sure that you are not just focusing all on business or not just focusing all on spiritual or family or whatever. And so I like that at the end of every week, you go back and you look and you're like, what did I do this week? And you start making those adjustments before it's, oh my God, it's November and I haven't done jack shit for whatever. You really do have the chance to tweak it every single week. And what I will tell you about that process, that's where I thought I was going to get really overwhelmed with that process, because I thought every Sunday when I sit down and go back and check off and look at the, in this thing right here, the win the week tracker, you set the goal and then you have to go back and write your actual and then the percent. And you would think, this is the way I think anyway. I would think, oh my gosh, I've had, like this week, I'm not having a bad week. I'm just not having a productive week. I am not checking off anything. But you know what happens on Sunday? You look back and you're like, wait, I did way more than I'm giving myself credit for. And I went into this using this thinking it's going to depress me. It's going to make it so obvious that I'm not doing things. It's going to make me know that I'm slacking. But really it did the opposite. It has given me so much, so many, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did better than I thought. And then on the things where I'm like, all right, yep, I didn't do my newsletter on Tuesday. Well, how do I fix that next week? You know, do I need to work on the newsletter Monday night? I mean, you fix it. You fix it every week so that come November, you're not sitting there thinking, oh God, thank God there's next year because I didn't do anything this year. Yes, ma'am.
And what I will say is when I was starting to do the goal thingy, I had the 3 goals and I started focusing on the business one, because if the business one gets up to speed, the other stuff is going to fall into place.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
that was just the me starting small, bite by bite, you know, and then
totally.
So, and then also Jamie, the my tabs I stole from Cece, and I only have like 6. I went and bought some more, but I just have like my vision proof and month or something. But you know, just because it's a big book and trying to flip through and find stuff, she's a little bit more anal retentive than I am.
Well, but I'm
the book of proof. I see that on the list, but I don't see it in the text.
It's on page.
It's probably when.
It starts on page 307.
What?
Starts on page 307.
Oh, in the back.
Yeah, it's in the very back. So your book of proof, I guess I got distracted. I didn't tell you what that is. So your book of proof, those are the little things that you write down every day that are proof that your vision is coming to fruition.
Okay.
So for instance, like in my vision, I say that I am patient, and I can't remember how I have it worded exactly, but something about what kind of mom I am. So,
and so today, the fact that the kids didn't die from the slime is a perfect example.
Exactly. So I would write that in my book of proof.
There's like me and my art careers. Like I went home and I picked up my mail. I had a check for $200 from the art museum that went into my book of proof that I am creating success. Or I found a nickel on the ground. Or I found a penny in my mom's.
Money is coming.
Yeah. You proof that it is happening.
But truly though, and I think someone who used that as an example, I feel like that they talked about that, about how finding money on the ground. See that as abundance. See that as
Moira talked about that this weekend, and I talked about it as well.
Yeah. I'm also I sent it to Jamie because I thought she'd like it. I'm listening, and Jen, you have it too, but Leslie, I can send it to you. It's it's not really a meditation because you can just listen to it when you're driving or whatever, but it's like it's affirmations about abundance that I've just been listening to over and over again. And it's like, I enjoy managing multiple streams of money or something like that. I'm like, come to me. What else do y'all have? I'm so glad that y'all have this. I hope you use it. Don't just let it sit there.
No, I'm using it. It's written in and it's filled out. Just I look at it and I go, oh, you want me to figure out how things are supposed to look in December, and I don't know.
These are all different planners that I own, and not a single one is filled all the way because I start another damn one, and I have. Oh, this one's missing because I just got the 5-second journal.
Oh.
Which I really like. It's simple.
Well, you know what? If you like it, stick with that.
I was doing all these things until Mom died, so I'm getting back to it because I haven't done any of them until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
but this is ridiculous. I have a problem.
No,
I mean,
no, you
I can
don't.
show you. I can show you. I've got my stack. I don't know I don't know how to get my, like, this is my stack. I have my stack too.
You guys are lucky that we're not in my apartment because I would show you my shithole of an apartment.
I'll come over and con Marie it.
Yeah.
I'm
But I
obsessed.
love this. I didn't want to start using this because I have to admit, after having lived in Your Best Year Ever for 3 years and not using it for 2, I used it last year and I feel like it really was a lot. My success was truly tied to using that every week. I used it every single week. And do you want to know why I did?
Because Jolie was going to kick your ass.
Jolie would have totally kicked my ass. There were actually mornings, Monday mornings, that I would be like, I'd send her a text message because I wasn't going to call her. I'd send her a text message and I'd be like, I totally hadn't had time to get to it. Can we talk tomorrow? And she'd be like, nope, it only takes 10 minutes. Go do it now. I'd be like, ugh. So I did that to her once. And then the other times I was like, okay, she expects me to show up, so I have to. So I encourage you, I'm not kidding. You got to pick someone. This is what I said somewhere. It's
Wait,
really
can we
important.
clone her?
What's that?
Can we clone her? I need one of her.
No.
Everyone needs one of her.
Truly. But you know what? You got to find who speaks to you. And I know she speaks to you, so I get that. But for me, like, this is the advice I gave to people on the Diamond Retreat. I was like, you could probably connected with a lot of people. Reach out to the people who you connected to and who, you heard say something and you're like, ooh, yeah, we are similar. But I think you also have to reach out to people who scare you. Because if I had reached out to, like, for instance, a lot of y'all know Danielle. Gosh, she's one of my favorite people. Like, I love that woman so deep. Like, I cannot tell you. And it's really hard for me to explain, like, how much I love her. She's just this magical friend for me. But I knew, I know when I go to Danielle when I need sympathy, when I need love, when I need her to be like, oh, I love my CC, that's when I go to Danielle. And I knew I could have asked her to be my success partner last year and to let's talk every Monday and let's go over our goals and our week. But something in me knew that I would be able to send her a text on Monday morning and be like, I didn't sleep. The kids didn't sleep last night. I'm sick. I'm this. And she'd be like, oh, honey, it's okay. Let's just not do it this week. Or let's just, and that, I don't mean that as a negative to Danielle, but I think that our personalities and our relationship, that's the way it was. And Jolie and I are just as close. I loved her just as dearly.
But she don't play that.
Yeah.
She's a fire starter. I mean, she is.
Yeah. So I do believe, depending upon what it is that you need, and that's why I say you got to have like multiple. I mean, I don't want to overwhelm you. Start off with one, but it's really a good idea to have multiple people supporting you in a variety of ways, So y'all know yourself, if you need someone to hold your feet to the fire or if you need someone to make you a little softer. I make Jolie softer, like I'm the one that's like, Jolie, like, dude, chill out. you got to focus on your family. You've got to do this, whatever. But I truly believe that, like, you got to go with the person that scares you for whatever reason. And when I say scare, like, not because they're mean, but because
they challenge you.
Exactly. So that would be my recommendation. What other questions y'all have? What else y'all want to do? Y'all want to tell me your goals, ladies, that are left?
Well, I just want to get back in the game with my people. Like, I haven't talked to any of them. I know that, the last person I signed up was, I think, right before Mom passed, and I know she's at school and she's not doing anything. She's still ordering her shakes, I think, by mistake. Okay. And, she complains about them. So
oh gosh,
okay. I just kind of let it go. And when she finally realizes it, then we'll deal with it, I guess. But
You know what, Leslie? Why don't reach out to her now? Send her a text saying, I'm trying to get back into it. Jump back in it with me.
yeah,
You know?
because she never really did a program.
Mhm.
You know, she wants to, but so she hasn't. And then, you know, I still have some people, but I don't think anyone is active. You know, I don't think, and I didn't help them.
Well, let me tell you something that I can say after doing this for 3.5 years. Most people, we as coaches, we like bring these people on, and then you're like, oh my gosh, am I letting them down? Oh my gosh, I haven't reached out, and you can beat yourself up over that kind of stuff. 99% of the time when I reach out to people, they're embarrassed. They are like, oh my gosh, I have been avoiding your messages. I'm so sorry I never did your group. They are, so just know that we give ourselves a hard time thinking I let this person down when they are actually the ones that are like, I totally gave up. I didn't do what you told me to do. I can't tell you how many people have finally written me back and been like, I am so sorry. I'm really embarrassed that I dropped the ball, or I didn't respond to you, or I was just embarrassed, or, you know, whatever. So
just reach out to them, like send them a message this weekend.
yeah, I would just reach out. And what I do, I mean, this is how I deal with a lot in life is I make a joke or I use humor. I'm like, oh my God, I am the worst coach ever. I cannot believe how long it's been since I checked in with you. Please jump back in with us. Or just, you know, just keep it short and sweet. Just be like, oh my gosh. And certainly people know you've been going through a lot. And, you know, I think it's totally fine. Just be like, I am so sorry. Or, you know, whatever you feel comfortable saying, like, please hop back in with us. Let's motivate each other, you know, whatever you feel comfortable in your language saying. But that's typically what I do when I realize it's been a really long time and I've kind of dropped the ball on people. But I promise you, most people think that it's them dropping the ball on you.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't ever think it. And don't take it on as like not your failure, but like that you've done, you know, that you've let them down or something. Cause I really promise you, most people think that they are letting you down because they didn't show up in the group you told them to, and they didn't even open the box, you know? I drag people along, and that's no good. You know, I mean, people have to at least open the box.
Yeah.
You
Say
know?
hi to Zoe, everybody.
Hi, Zoe.
Sorry. Looks like she's growling.
She's looking at my soup. And
How's your mama?
She has funny back legs. Mom is looking good. They had to move. Well, I'm going to tell you this. She probably kicked my ass. They had to move her to the ICU last night. Well, because her heart rate was fluctuating because they're bridging her from one blood clotting stuff to another, and so they have to stabilize everything. But
Gotcha.
went to see her today. She looks really good.
Okay, good. So when are they expecting her to get out?
Probably Saturday.
Okay. God, that's a long stay. Bless her heart.
Yeah. But I think, you know, if it wasn't for the blood thinner stuff,
she'd be out. Yeah,
probably. Because they had thought originally tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I've lost all track of time, so.
Okay, gotcha.
But she's doing good, and still waiting for the biopsy. But don't cry. Zoe's like,
give me some soup.
Yeah.
So did that answer your question, Leslie?
Yeah. So like, and to be honest, like one of my goals after Summit last year was that I wanted to be diamond. I think I put something else crazy like 5-star diamond or something by Summit, because I do want to make a go of this. And I think I've really been soul searching over the last couple of months about teaching too. And I don't want to do it till I'm 65.
Yeah.
That's the earliest I could retire. They will kill me, those kids. So I don't want to do it. And so I'm trying to figure out like what's next. So I don't see any reason why I should not, continue to try to grow this and have this, if not be my only thing, be a stream of income.
Yeah. And I will tell y'all what I have realized this year, especially, coaching is a huge stepping stone. It doesn't have to be that you're like, I want to be a coach and I'm going to be a Beachbody coach and I'm going to do this forever. Like I guess because it just was so not what I ever thought I'd do, that I've just kind of been like, I feel like it's leading me to something. And I cannot tell you, like, starting this business with Scott, like how much it is just, I see it now as such a stepping stone. I see it as a stepping stone for Jen with her art career. Like, most of us don't want to be a full-time coach, but it's the stepping stone. It could be a stepping stone for you to like figure out, all right, I'm not going to teach anymore, but what do I do next? And Jamie, again, it's just, I see it as such an amazing opportunity to use as a stepping stone and to be able to live out your dreams. If you want to pursue more succulent stuff or do something with turtles or, just whatever. So, and know that there are a lot of teachers, a lot of retired teachers who are in the network who, got burned out and just went into coaching and don't have to worry about teaching anymore.
The time management is the hardest because there is not really any time between 8 and 5 that I can do it. Our lunch is half an hour, so I can't, I used to try and do a little bit during lunch and it was overwhelming me. And so I think I'm going to take a look at the updated tracker that they have and kind of see a realistic plan for me, because it's not realistic for me to invite 25 people a day. That's because I'm not going to sit in front of my computer every night. And so, it was becoming an issue with my relationship. And so I kind of have to ramp it up instead of like go whole hog and go nuts and then realize I have to back off.
Something that, and I don't know when Jen Towner, when you said this, so I might quote you wrong, but I heard her say this somewhere. I don't know if it was on one of her crazy videos that I love to watch or what, but no, seriously, because one of the things that I think has been my problem from day one is, I'm really hard on myself. If I don't know how to do it perfectly or right, I just don't want to do it and so I have watched more videos, I have read more stuff, and then I get overwhelmed and super confused. And I remember her saying one time something about, you know what, I might not know what I'm doing, but I'm just going for it. And she even, she said it on her video. She was just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm going to do it and I'm going to go for it. And I noticed after she said that, literally, it's like all of a sudden, she just kind of took off, and I was like, what the hell just happened here? But it was because of that saying that it's clicked in my head this year. I thought, you know what? I may not have the answers, and I may not have the exact way to do it or how it needs to be done, or how sometimes I've even had to tell people, hold on, give me a second. I have to find the answer, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Which is very uncomfortable for me, because I'm one of those people that I don't talk about something unless I know what I'm talking about usually. So
I never know what I'm talking about.
So it pushes me outside of my comfort zone, but it really is what has also been my downfall, I think, this entire time, was trying to look at a Cece and look at a Jolie and look at a Maura who's been doing this for so long and who have all these answers. And then I'm sitting here like, okay, I wouldn't know how to answer that. So maybe I need to find something else.
But you know what? That's how I started out.
Me too.
That's how I started out. And that's another reason why you have a success partner or success pods. Ask Maggie and Jen and Danielle how many times I've had to reach out to them. And that's why I want to be completely transparent with y'all. There are times I get a message and I'm like, oh my God, my brain is not working. I don't know what to say back to this person. And I send them a message. And I'm like, how do I respond to this person? And they give me a response. and I copy and I paste it into the person's message, and I'm like, done. Because I get overwhelmed. I'm a perfectionist. I'm type A, but there are times I'm just like, oh my gosh, you know. But what Jen said is right. I mean, it's the people that take action that
And that's
like with your journey, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be at the end of your journey. You don't have to know everything. You just have to start doing things. You have to, you know,
just be honest. Just like if somebody will say, because somebody wanted to cancel the other day, so let me check with somebody and then see the best way so you can get the most of your out of your money, out of your whatever, you know. And I'm always open and honest and like, I don't know that, but I'll find out for you, because people will like that authenticity.
yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not people who know everything. It's like, who wants that?
Right.
I can say that now that I'm getting results and I've been working out and they're seeing the progress, I
Mhm.
get more people that reach out. Before, a lot of it was hard because Dee had been doing this for longer than me, and
Mhm.
a lot of our friends here are so connected. So she
Yeah.
had already pretty much tapped into a lot of our warm market.
Right.
And so I was kind of starting fresh, and it was like, okay, I have to find new people because these people, she's talked to all of them. And now that people are starting to see that I'm having results and that I'm doing things and doing the things, you know, every
Right.
month, now they're starting to reach out, but it's taken, you know, the act of them seeing the progress first.
Right. Right. People do want to see that you're going to be consistent. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. But
I have to leave
you do. Okay. Good.
because I have to go sell somebody my book, Grit by Angela Duckworth, for $7. Book of proof right there, $7.
Hey, there you go.
You made
Okay.
$7.05, $207.05 today.
Well, no, the 200 was yesterday.
Oh,
Okay.
Good to
I
see
have to go too because I have to go to bed and get up at 5 o'clock.
I do too. I do too.
Cece, quit talking. No.
Okay.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
I'm so glad y'all hopped on.
And also my friend Debbie,
Mhm.
who's my coach, she might be a perfect success partner or check in with somebody because she works full time too. So
Okay.
Debbie Schiller. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, y'all. Love ya.
Thank you.
Jamie, I was going to stay on for a sec if you want to chat.
Yeah. we can.
Okay, y'all hop off.
She
all
says
right.
I'll hop.
Here, I'm going to stop recording because I was thinking of something.